So before we get to the predictor model, let's talk about this. After a little bit of a snoozy Indianapolis and Watkins Glen, the stage breaks have been brought back into the Roval.
Oh, good.
So at lap 25 and lap 50, there'll be a caution. We had been scoring points, but now there'll be a caution. Why that matters is at lap 23 is going to be real decision time for guys that need points or don't need points. If you need points, you stay on the racetrack, finish the stage, pit under yellow. If you don't need points, you pit with 3 to go. Why you do that is you don't lose a lap. When everybody pits under the caution, you'll cycle in front of them. Neither here nor there. That's just how it is. So
do the stage points move forward?
No, but they add to, the 1 point if you win the stage
right.
does. But
the others don't.
Total points, right. You're just trying to advance out of this round.
Okay.
So the interesting thing, though, is the Roval is 25, 50, 68, right? Isn't it 108, Professor?
It's 109.
109. So, the stages are really early. So I don't know how, I think you could actually score points in both stages and still come back and win the race if you have a good enough car. So we've got to keep that all in mind when we start talking the bets because it is going to affect it all. So let's go to the aforementioned predictor. Back on the rights and lefts, which I think was pretty good on your percentages were a little higher when we turned both directions.
Yeah. The super speedways drafting tracks are struggle. The predictor does so.
Not just the super speedways, but all the drafting tracks.
Atlanta wasn't terrible, but
so that would argue that it's not a complete drafting track.
Yeah. Chase Elliott is on the top with Tyler Reddick. Those two are at the top.
Okay, talk to me about this because how does this, the Roval, road courses, because it's an odd mix you have there, so I'm listening.
So it is an odd mix, but it's still a road course, and, you look at Chase Elliott, he's won 2 of the last 4 at the Roval, so... And then he's been top 5 in 3 of the last 4 road courses, so that's where all this comes in for him.
So I think that's worth talking about because I know Elliott hasn't won, and that's what everybody's going to remember. But he has been in the top 5. I mean, he's run really well at the road courses.
Yep.
Not winning speed, but he was the second best car at Indy. Just McDowell didn't. I think at yellow, maybe we don't know, right? But so all right. So we have Elliott and Reddick, and those are standout tier 1s.
Yeah, and Reddick, he's won 3 of the last 9 road course races, so he is. I don't know how you go against him.
So in qualifying, if either of these guys have an issue and you play daily fantasy, those are absolute must-buys because you're saying they're going to gain spots.
Correct. Yep.
You would argue if they qualify up front where they should, you're probably going to only be able to afford one of them.
Yes, but you look at laps led on some of those daily fantasy ones, you need those too. So
if it was laps led, you would take the pole sitter.
Correct.
There you go. All right. Tier 2.
Chris Buescher, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Michael McDowell, and AJ Allmendinger. Any surprises?
Not really. Larson's a bit of a surprise. He qualifies well. He runs well. I don't know. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit.
The Meteor didn't hit him this week.
The Meteor didn't hit him. You're right. The Meteor didn't hit Kyle Larson. He somehow missed the falling star in Talladega.
Yeah. Well, he's won at the Roval. He's a 4-time road course winner, so I don't know how you don't put him up there.
Okay. All right.
You want to go on?
Yeah, let's go on.
Then Denny, Ty Gibbs, Truex, Alex Bowman, Daniel Suarez, Ross Chastain, and my guy Kyle Busch.
I'm a little surprised. Well, that's not true. Suarez was really fast at Indy.
The guy I want to talk about is Bowman. He's never finished outside the top 10 at the Roval. He missed this race last year, but top 10 in the prior 4.
We've run 5 Rovals?
Yes.
All right, so you want to talk Bowman. My man Chop said, Chastain, high or low? What's your?
I think he's high.
You don't expect him to run this well?
No.
Let's have some Chastain numbers. Let's have it, Professor.
Well, he's 14th. It's not that high.
Don't defend your damn predictor. Just give us the numbers. Holy smokes.
Well, so to his credit, his best finish is 22nd at the Roval.
Whose credit? Mine or his?
Toppers.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
Well, but he won at Coda on the road course, so he can get it done on the road courses.
All right, so I guess here's my point to Chop's point. Chastain, you say he's only 14th, but you're telling me you have him in front of Busch, Harvick, Logano. Well, I believe Harvick.
Now, how does Blaney get down that?
Yeah,
far?
how about Blaney? He won the Roval once. What happened to Blaney? Let's go to the tier 4 because we got some questions.
This predictor is.
Oh, okay. Do you remember how he won the Roval?
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson got Martin Truex Jr., and here come Blaney with a gift.
Last 9 road course races. What do you think how many top 10s do you think he has?
0.
He's got 1, 9th at Watkins Glen.
So tier 4 might as well be called Penske.
Sure.
It doesn't.
Where you have Logano, Blaney, and Cindric, Harvick, and Keselowski. It's the Blue Oval Team Penske tier 4.
Now this says Blaney 4 out of 5 starts at the Roval in the top 10.
Well, that's qualifying.
What did he do in the next gen car?
Well, there's been 5 races. There's been, 2 next gen, right?
26th last year.
Okay, so this is 1.
So we're coin flip so what you're saying is Blaney was good until the next gen, and now he's not been good.
Right.
Where's Blaney in points? Well, he's 1. He doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
How
if
does that
makes
make
him
you
good
feel?
I don't know, to be honest. This tier 5 hurts my feelings a little bit, but go ahead.
Briscoe, Bubba, Austin Dillon, Ryan Preece, Stenhouse, Haley, Eric Jones.
Haley, Bubba, and Briscoe. Give me just this year's results of those 3 drivers.
Okay, so Haley, this year's results on road courses, 19th, 21st, 2nd at the street course, then 38th and 24th.
Okay, so just a smidge better than Chastain, who's 14th. How about Briscoe? I'm just busting on you. Do you see that eye roll?
That's fine. I'll give you the eye roll. You want this year?
I would like Briscoe this year.
Briscoe this year, 15th, 29th, 20th, 6th, and 35th.
And the Bubba Wallace. This one ain't going to start good because Coda was not good.
37th, 17th, 31st, 18th, and 12th.
All right. They all sound like tier 5s. We're going to run through the rest of the names. I don't know if there's anybody we need to talk about. We'll start at the bottom. Austin Hill, Andy Lally, Zane Smith, Balicki, Burton, Dillon. Rockenfeller, is he figuring it out? How was he? I mean, he was still just kind of mid-pack, right? Gilliland, Almirola, and LaJoy.
Yeah, Rockenfeller was 19th at Watkins Glen.
And I think the Roval's going to be harder. All right, there you go. There's your predictor. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Any questions? No? Did you sell your predictor to the books? Elliott, Byron, Reddick, McDowell?
There's a driver that the books and Russ are off, and that's Busher.
Yep.
And Bell. Busch are the worst.
Why is that? Why is he so high, do you think, in your opinion? Russ versus Vegas thoughts?
Well, his worst road course finish in the last 10 is 11th. So just his consistency alone helps him. For me.
That's when you look for a trip up in the books, there is it. Busher top 10 at minus 120, I think, is the bet on the board. In the top, he needs a top 10 in points, right? Where is he in points?
Yeah, he's 5th plus 19. So
here's why I like
10 is great for him.
Chop, how many times have you and me and the coach been on different sides? How's that always work out? When you a guy like Mahomes slides and doesn't go for the end zone and costs the guy because, nobody cares that they cover except for the guy who bet 6 beers on it. But here, Busher needing a top 10 for points and you betting a top 10. I think you have a chance to align. I kind of like Busher. I think Busher top 10, in my mind, is one of the best bets on the board because, you have him as 3rd in the predictor. So that's the highest guy you could get close to even money on a top 10 all year long. I can't think of another one. I know it's a little minus, but I love that bet. The other one they don't respect in the books is Bell. You have him 4th, and they have Bell 11th.
Yeah, he won this race last year.
So let's stick with Busher and Bell real quick, and let's just talk odds, because I don't think we do this enough sometimes. So Busher, right? We have him predicted 3rd. He has never won a road course race, but he's super consistent.
Yep.
So minus 120, plus 275 top 5, plus 600 top 3, 2,200 to win. As a gambler, Chop, He has him predicted third. We know that's not an exact number, but so read his finishes. You gave us a stat about top tens, but go ahead and give us to him. Where are they really? Next gen, from the beginning of the next gen car, give me Buescher's finishes.
So he was 21st at Coda
A year ago.
a year ago.
First ever one. Okay.
Yep. Then he was second at Sonoma, 6th at Road America, 10th at any road course.
On
9th
fire. Hold on. 10th after burning the rocker panel out of the thing. Drove back up to 10th.
Yeah. Then he was 9th at Watkins Glen and then 6th at the Roval last year.
Okay.
And then this year he was 8th, 4th, 10th, 11th, 7th.
The reason I say that is because it's not second in force, right? There's a lot of just outside the top tens. The numbers I heard right here, it's still a minus 120 to top 10. I don't think I would go top 5 after hearing those results.